Okay, good morning. Welcome to 10-Minute Mondays. Today I'm really excited to talk about marketing automation connectors in Power Automate. I've been working in Microsoft CRM for 11 years. Prior to that, I worked in marketing. So I am really familiar with, a decade ago marketing automation, but I still hold like a little passion for things in marketing. So when I was trying to come up with different things that I wanted to think about, this was kind of near the top of my list. So, what are some must-have features for a great marketing automation connector? I mean, this list could be so long, but I tried to limit it in the scope of Power Automate. So I thought the ability to create or manage lists or different segmentation within the platform, campaigns, email. I thought email was a pretty solid one that everybody would have, which they don't. The fact that they have triggers and actions. So marketing automation always requires a trigger to start it off. So I thought all of your good Power Automate connectors for marketing automation should also have at least one trigger. So these are the criteria that I use to analyze what's there. So let's start off with who our players are. Believe it or not, out of 422 connectors in Power Automate, there are 5 that focus on marketing automation. There's a lot that do email or content marketing, but I specifically wanted to look at marketing automation. So not just sending an email, not just automating a task. So 5 main ones are ACT, Emfluence Marketing Platform, Engagement Cloud, which is by Digital, who has quite a few connectors in Power Automate, Mailchimp, and Marketo. So out of our big 5 ones, there are 2 that I knew about, obviously Mailchimp and Marketo. And I was really surprised that was it. Now, there are 2 others that I wanted to talk about too, because they are marketing automation companies, but they are much smaller players and super specialized. For instance, EduFrame, which we'll look at in a little bit more depth in the next couple slides, looks like a really well thought out marketing automation connector, but it's only for commercial training and business schools. So those are the only people that use that connector. If your industry hits that, this could be a really cool option. And then we have Infusionsoft, which is a very small business focused one. So they don't handle large quantities of contacts, and there's no email. It's all task-based automation. But I think it's good enough that we could talk about it. So my real big question here, where are the marketing automation players? So there's 422 connectors right now. Why is marketing automation ignoring Power Automate? If you know anything about marketing, the market is absolutely saturated with marketing automation vendors. I don't even know how many there are. There's hundreds, if not like 1,000. But somehow Power Automate remains surprisingly quiet. There are only a small handful that are focused on marketing automation or have marketing automation as part of a larger solution. So I have no idea why marketing automation hasn't taken the leap into Power Automate yet, but this leaves a really, really big opportunity for the 5 players who are there. There's a huge market for Power Automate users. And with only a handful of options, that's a huge piece of the pie up for grabs for everybody. It will be interesting to see what happens next. I first started diving into marketing automation connectors in June. And at that time, there were 4. So they've only added 1. So I'm just waiting. What is going to happen? Are companies going to build their own custom connectors to work with the marketing automation platform of their choice? Are other companies, like Click Dimensions, going to create a Power Automate connector? I have no idea, but I am definitely staying tuned to find out, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. So how do they stack up? Here are a list of all of our connectors, and it's just like pass-fail for each of the criteria we evaluated. A couple things that I was really surprised with was the lack of email ability within Power Automate. Now, of course, you can use these connectors and trigger different email events to happen outside of them, but they all provide email in their platform. I have no idea why you can't send an email through Power Automate in that platform. It would be less than ideal to send your email through Outlook or Gmail or something like that. So you can see we've got a few pretty decent players here. Everyone has actions, of course, and half of them have triggers. But the only one that checks all the boxes here is Mailchimp. Mailchimp is the one that stands out in the list of all of these different Power Automate connectors beyond everything else. So Act doesn't have that much. There's no Power Automate trigger or action that has anything to do with a list or a segment. They don't have anything with campaigns, and they don't have email possibilities. Emfluence allows you to work with the lists and segments you've built in their platform, but they don't pull in information about campaigns, so you wouldn't be able to say, pull all the contacts that I have under this campaign and then automate a couple different things. They don't have triggers either, which is a bit of a bummer. Again, when you're looking at marketing automation, it seems like a trigger should be on all of these. Then we come to Digital Engagement Cloud. This is the one that was released in June, so it's one of the newer ones. They do have segments, campaigns. They don't have email. They don't have triggers. They have a lot of actions. Mailchimp had everything. I'm really impressed by Mailchimp. And just as a side note, we are working on transitioning our marketing automation to move over to Mailchimp as a result of this analysis. We want to leverage Power Automate, and we want to be able to do a lot of the heavy lifting in the Power Automate platform by using something that has a lot of value. And out of everything here, it's Mailchimp for now. Marketo is another one that a lot of you probably recognize. They're a big, heavy player in marketing automation. I was really disappointed. I thought Marketo was going to have all of these boxes checked as well, but they are lacking the ability to work with segments, to email, and they don't even have any triggers. When I reviewed these all in June initially, I had mentioned that I hoped Marketo would add more actions and more triggers, but sadly they did not. They haven't made any changes to their connector since it was released. Then we have EduFrame. So that was the one that was highly specialized in a specific industry. This one looks pretty good. They've got triggers and actions, and you can pull in lists and segmentation. They don't have the emails or campaigns, but I think you could achieve a lot within that segment and within that platform if you're in that industry. And then Infusionsoft, they have triggers and actions, but they kind of work in a different way than these other ones. I mentioned they're all task-based. So here's our detail and documentation for each connector. I'll put these slides up on crmheidi.com so you can download it if you're interested at all. And you can just click on the name of this connector and it'll take you to the Microsoft documentation for each of them. So here's a list of the triggers and the actions, just a count, and our rating. You see most of these have 2 stars because I was really underwhelmed by this. I don't think my expectations were too high for what you should achieve in marketing automation on a Power Automate connector, but maybe they were. You guys can let me know what you think. But again, our real standout here is Mailchimp with 10 actions and 2 triggers. You can really automate your entire marketing platform by using Power Automate, and you can extend Mailchimp a lot farther than just using Mailchimp alone. In the EduFrame looks really good. I gave them 4 stars. If you're in the industry, it looks like a great option. They had 18 actions and 1 trigger. So they had a lot of different things you could do if somebody entered into the cycle there. So we'll just spend our last 2 minutes here talking a little bit more about our top rated connector, which of course is Mailchimp. So Mailchimp, things that I like about it, you can have a free account. It's based on your list size. I think it's if you're under 500 contacts, you can take advantage of their free account. Or if you want to take it for a test drive, you can import a small subset of your contacts and see what you think of it. There are paid accounts with higher lists, and that also comes with more functionality and better templates. They have some really cool Power Automate templates available. So let me see if I have this up. So I want to share this real quick. A lot of the really good connectors on Power Automate come with a lot of templates available to you, so you don't have to start from scratch. So you can see it's loading all of our fun stuff. But if you scroll down past this, and again, every connector has a page like this. It tells you what it is. This comes with all of these great starting points.
It looks like only thing we're seeing is your Excel. I'm sorry. Or I'm sorry, PowerPoint. Yeah.
Oh,
we're only
thank
seeing
you.
PowerPoint. Sorry.
Thank you for letting me know.
No problem. I know we're going to run over, but it's so exciting.
I know it's a little over. I hate when I share the wrong things. Share screen. Okay. Oh, that's not the right one. So that is a cool one too. Sorry about this.
It's okay.
Share.
I like the work you put into this. It's really cool. You've done a lot of research.
Thank you. All right, how's that? Can you see me now?
Yeah, that's coming through perfect.
Cool. All right, so let me scroll up to the top. So again, all of your connectors are going to have a page like this. Not all of them are going to have all these detail below it. So this is the Mailchimp. It tells me about it, and I can go check out the documentation. But what's really cool here are all these templates that you can get started with. And if you see something that fits what you want to try doing, all you have to do is click on it, and then it's going to launch that in your area. So it's pretty cool. I like that one a lot. Not that specific use case, but having the ability to do that. All right. So I think I have to change my share one more time. So again, the link there is there for you, so you can check out all of the templates. There's some really cool ones that you can take advantage of, and you can build your own and share them with other people, which is fun too. But I do want to talk a little bit. I know I'm a minute over, sorry. So the two triggers that come with the Mailchimp connector are when a new list is created and when a member has been added to a list. So these are perfect, right? So if somebody is added to all of these different automation steps to happen. And again, this would be outside of the box of just using the Mailchimp platform. So if you want to start tying it to different connectors that you can use in Power Automate, you can do that there. And then when a member or when a new list has been created. So when you've built a new list, maybe you want something to happen. Do you want them all to be added to an Excel file, or do you want some other action to happen? And then our actions, these are really cool actions here. So you can see there's things about campaigns, there's things about lists, there's things about sending emails. Using this connector, you can remove members from a list. So if they fill out a web form and you want them off of a subscription list, you can do it here. Get all the lists, add member to list. So a lot of things that you can do. And I thought it was pretty darn cool. So that's my short little review on the marketing automation connectors. Again, I'm really, really surprised at how few players are in this space, and I hope we see more in the future. I'd like to see more in the future. Coming from a Dynamics 365 background, I'm going to send this recording to my friends over at Click Dimensions because I love their program. I love what they have. I'm just curious why they don't have a Power Automate connector yet. So I'm going to ask you guys that after this.
That's great.
So next week, we are really excited. We're going to do a deep dive into the PowerForm 7 connector. So PowerForm 7 is coming out this week. It's a brand new connector, and it's going to take your WordPress contact form 7 forms and bring them into the Power Automate world. So that'll be really cool, and all the details are here. That's next Monday at 11 a.m. And that's all I've got for you, unless you guys have any questions, thoughts. Who do you want to see in the marketing automation place that isn't here?
I have a couple companies. Yeah, this is really exciting. I have a couple of companies in mind that I would like to reach out to because this is a big space, and it seems like there's a lot of opportunity here.
Yeah, I guess they think their platforms can stand alone since they're marketing automation, right? Like, why do I need to tie into the Power Automate world? I can automate all of my marketing as it is, which, you know, you can. You can automate everything within your platform, but what happens when you want to reach farther than just your platform and take actions on different software?
That's great point.
Neat. Cool. Any other questions?
Nope, thank you.
All right. Thank you. And have a great week, everybody. See you next Monday.
Thanks, Heidi.
Bye-bye.
Bye.